He's got. Oh, look at DVD! What are you doing, little guy? All you need now is a parasol, and you go.
We put.
This is my house.
We have now put the Crooked Man's hat on.
On Kiku the God, our bearded dragon is wearing
The bearded dragon is
Crooked Man's
rocking the top.
bowler.
The bowler hat.
Bowler. Well, here we are, live and direct from the 1-6. Ooh! Happy birthday, Connie.
Thank you, thank you.
We're celebrating it all month.
Yeah, I have been celebrating all month, and I'm not one of those people who's usually like, it's my birthday month.
But you were.
But I was.
But you was.
I was.
That's great.
Well, my birthday happened to fall right before a break for school.
That's great.
So my birthday was on a Thursday.
Right.
And then that following Monday and Tuesday, I did not have classes.
That's great.
So I was like, we're just going to party all weekend.
We're going to party all weekend.
And
And we
then
did.
I went to Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, that's the concert. I didn't ask. I wanted to ask on the podcast.
Which is very, I know, not horror. Because, like,
She
probably
made out with an alien.
Yeah, true.
And she's dating one of my favorite acters.
Yeah, Barry the bathtub boy.
Wow. I thought it was Barry the grave robber. That was good. That was pretty good.
I think he did more than just rob that grave.
He definitely did. He got a little dirt underneath his fingernails. Yeah, I love him. He's brilliant in everything he does, and he has that quirky, like,
I
kind of like he's like
freaking
sucking on one tooth.
loved that movie.
Oh, it's so good. It's
so like
good.
a lot of people
Saltburn.
It did become huge, and it became too much. There was too much Saltburn everywhere, and so now that it's been a minute since I've like heard about it, and I take a step back and I think about that film, so good.
I mean,
because at the end, when you find out everything, that ending scene when he's like with
the mom,
mm-hmm. and then she goes, and then he's dancing around. You're like, what?
What the fuck? I mean, you had the feels for
and
this
you're
kid.
you're like, holy shit!
It's wild.
Because you felt so bad. Like, I cried for him.
Yeah.
And then I was
he
like...
he plays that guy.
Yes!
He plays that character.
He does it so
Have you seen,
well.
Have you seen The Banshees of Inisherin?
No.
Oh, my God. Colin Farrell kills it, and Barry Keoghan is God in this film. I swear to you. God. Yeah. So he dates Sarah Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
And apparently he was there at the
Oh, wow.
concert. I did not see him.
Oh, wow.
Sadly, I would have gone crazier over him.
Over
than her.
him.
She was everything that she was very on brand for who she is. And it was a great show. And my friends loved it. All my friends love her.
Well, we now have merch.
Yes, I love
Crazy.
the
Oh, yeah, by
merch.
the way, this is Creepy Connie.
And this is King Jeremy, the Wicked.
And we are Revival Horror Podcast. You guys are awesome. We've got so many things to talk to you about. It's spooky season. I know we've been a little distant. We have 3 episodes that are going to come out in the next week. So
Life's been
someone
kicking
said
us in the butt.
October's been nuts. You turned 21.
Yes. Because I am an October baby.
October baby. And he's touring with Young Gravy. Baby No Money.
Yes.
No, really? I am a proud new owner of Cadillac.
Lotus is getting rid of demons in the back.
I purchased a 6-door, 9-seater Cadillac limousine hearse.
Limousine hearse.
It's so cool. And I loved passing by you today when you're standing in the alley.
Yes.
And just like, monk, monk, and you look up and you just melted.
I was
You're
like,
you did this. You
I
did
wasn't
this.
expecting you to actually do it, but you did.
I did it.
And you know what? I think you're now fully
Absorbed.
Absorbed. You're fully morbid. You are the morbid.
Morbid. Yeah. She
You are
has
Mr. Gloom.
She has a gorgeous name called Madame Gloom. So she is
Madame
the gloom.
Gloom.
She's the gloom. But yeah, perfect car. Talked the guy down a couple thousand, and it has 20,000 miles on it, which I put that on a car in a year.
Yeah.
And it needs some little things. I'm gonna put a system in and everything. I'm gonna get some like black lights to go underneath it so it just hums. Someone said I should put like 24s on the back so it sits like the Munster truck. I mean, not the monster truck, but the Munster.
The
Munsters,
Munster.
yeah. But
Like
yeah,
the cheese.
I've already gotten plenty of tee-hees and ha-has and hee-hees because people don't expect that to be pulling up right beside you. But they're like, oh, it's October. I can giggle at this. November 1st? No.
No.
November
You're-
1st,
the
I'm gonna have to
looks
get in
you're
the
gonna
garage.
get like in March.
I'm like, it's Leprechaun Day. We can do this. It was Irish. So
you just have to decorate it really well for every
I'll
holiday.
have to do
Please.
that. I'll have to do that.
Please, like
Fasting when we fast for
For-
whatever. Ramadan. Shamalama ding
as
dong.
at cut.
That's what my favorite Henry Zabrowski calls Lotus's crush. Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet.
Timmy.
He calls
Turner.
him Timothy Shamalama Ding Dong. Yes.
Fasting for
Fasting for Hanukkah.
Lent.
Fuck.
Lent and Advent.
Advent calendars.
Yes, Advent. We'll fast. No meat on Fridays.
No meat on Fridays. Or don't wash your hair on Saturdays.
And then Lent is when we give something up.
Ooh.
And
Give up.
You give up something that, like, so, like, for example, my mom gave up smoking one year, and that's how she quit smoking.
Nice.
When I was little, I would give up things like chocolate
Okay.
or like, TV. Like, I would only like,
So something that you're destined to.
yeah. Yours,
to
that's
do.
something that you like very much,
You love.
or like, and then as you get older, it's usually targeted towards things to better yourself, and shit
So
like
I would
that.
fast run on Lent, and I would give up getting my ass whooped on Advent calendars. That's what I would give up this year. But I have a hearse, so guess what? I'm not giving that up. It's going to be really cool to ghost hunt and ghost haunt. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm staying put. So what I want to do is it's going to be called the Gloom Ghost Tours. So I've got the Gloom Ghost Tours, Certain Wire, The Salon, Revival, a horror podcast, and I don't know if I've put anything else in my kangaroo pouch, but the Gloom Ghost Tours will start once I get the car situated, and we're going to do a
nice.
plaza. I got it right here, and it's perfect because we're almost ready to dive deep into the world of horror. Yeah, nice. So
I love
first off,
ghost books.
Ghost
Please,
books. This one right here.
please. Haunted Charlotte.
So Haunted
yes.
Charlotte, it is by Roy Heiser, a local. Photography by, I believe, his wife Nancy. He wrote this book.
What was
I
his
think-
first name again?
Roy.
Roy and Nancy.
Roy and Nancy, 2014. So this book is available at all bookstores in the Carolinas. You can find it on Amazon, but it is called Haunted Charlotte, Supernatural Stories from the Queen City. I've read a couple of the stories, and they date back as far as like 1930s is how it starts off. So it's about a kid in an icy intersection, and it's happened in Fourth Ward. So in Fourth Ward, the icy intersection is how they pop off this beautiful story, and we'll dive into that deeper when we do the ghost haunts. But out of 28 stories just in Charlotte, 17 are in Plaza Midwood, Noda, and Uptown Charlotte or Downtown Charlotte, whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from. So
that's
I can do
awesome.
2-hour tours for, I'm gonna say $60 a person, $100 a couple, and I can do 3 couples. So it would either be 2 couples that don't know each other or 3 couples that do, because it's a 6-seater in the back. Well, you sat in it, so you know, like, and it's comfortable seating. So I would go to the McNinch House. I would go to the icy intersection. I would go to the Elmwood Cemetery, same thing, and just do drive tours. And then if you wanted to upgrade the package, we would do ghost haunts where we would go to the Elmwood Cemetery. We would go to Noda and do a walk around. So it's I can do 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock showings
Yeah.
2 times on Friday night and Saturday night because I'm not at the salon or at Haberdish. So that would be cool. And just to think, it's not a monetary thing, but that's $1,200 a week. And that would, even if it's one ghost haunt, that money would go towards the car and just to get it. Because I just want to pimp it out.
If you're gonna get a hearse, a Cadillac 9-seater,
Yeah.
might as well just go all the way and pimp it out.
Yeah,
you gotta go all the way.
The guy who's
Because at that point, you gotta make it extreme. You
Have
can't
to.
just casually have like the hearse.
just sitting there.
Yeah,
Just-
you gotta
just-
make it a show.
Yeah, well, if you need a ride to the airport and you want a gloomy ride to the airport, $50. I could Uber X. They're like, oh, hell
you
no.
could Uber double XL.
Triple XL. Like, you got 8 friends, chimpans.
You know what? If I do need a ride,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say if you didn't
if my
have,
friends ever need a ride from the club, I'll be like, I got a guy.
I got a guy.
But like, they're not gonna know who. They've never seen you.
Just one,
They've never seen
just the one. Well, the 3 that came. To,
3 that came.
But
There, I have a few friends.
You have
A few different
friends?
groups.
I wish I had 8 friends. I've got an imaginary friend. He's underneath your chair right now. Boo, bitch. He's in the middle seat.
So,
So Lotus has
No.
already pimped the ride out. She's got like this voodoo skull with real knotted, like old nautical knots that have like bones hanging, and then she's got a really cute ghost that moans and goes from one side of the car to the
does
other. It's
moan.
really cool, and he flies around. And then we put what's that skate company, ST? I can't remember right off, but they have like the little gloomy skeleton guy with the hood, and he's like peeking out of the back window. So it's already got a little ghosty.
am
Oh,
I-
you know what the ghost's name is? Lotus.
is it not penis?
Penis. Ooh. It's voice activated.
Penis.
It's voice activated.
Ooh.
Our bearded dragon's loose, and he's got a top hat on, or excuse me, a bowler, and the axolotl looks on. But yeah, you know what the ghost's name is? Ghost Malone. Yeah, I can't either. That was Lotus.
I can't.
can't.
I can't with y'all.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's wild.
I love it.
But yeah, I love the fact that we're gonna get this show on the road because yeah, it is Halloween week next week and November 1st. It's already 50-50 Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff. It's funny they try to put a little Thanksgiving in there. It's like, oh, look at this little shelf of scarecrows. It's like, get that shit out of here. Nobody's gonna do that shit. They do it for 2 days.
Yeah,
but
literally.
Thanksgiving is later this year, so you get a full like 5 weeks of Thanksgiving of November, because I think the 1st is Friday and next Thursday is Halloween. And the beauty of that is that week after Halloween, I think the worst day on earth is the day after Christmas. I think that because you either the hooray is over, the anticipation's over. You look at your bank account and you're like, fuck. You don't look at your bank account and you're like, fuck. You got socks. Buy my own socks. And one per person in that Haberdish dish says, are those compression socks? They're going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to get a compression sock right across the nostrils with foot in. Speaking to the microphone. I've had 2 people. Katie was the first. She's like, are those compression socks? I'm like, all right, you're cute. You get a slide. You get, that's your one warning.
That's your one.
But I mean, I wear my socks up to my knees like a pirate because I like that. And sometimes I'll tuck my shorts in them too.
You know
Because I
what?
don't give a fuck. And I will fucking
Because I don't give a fuck.
and I will fucking kill you. So yes, so that's the plan. That's the plan for the gloom. She's a beaut. I'll put a few pictures up.
You gotta post.
I gotta post. She might even have her own Instagram page. But what
You
best-
should.
Oh,
You
so
should.
Dan, our friend Dan, he makes prints, T-shirts.
Yes.
I didn't know that. So he's going to make a Revival of Horror podcast decal to go on the side of the Gloom. And that right there is free advertisement.
Oh
That's cool.
my God.
That's cool. That's cool. And the guy that made these, we got Revival, a horror podcast T-shirts for our birthday. Because when it's
Our
your birthday,
birthday.
it's my birthday.
October 10th. I'm born on 10/10. That's why I'm perfect.
Oh, wow. I was born on Friday the 13th. That's why I'm perfect. Lotus was born 7 days, lucky 7 days after Halloween, but was to be born on Halloween. So that week
So she
between
made a
Halloween,
So she made a spooky, scary decision to
she
stay,
made, to
for
stay
a
inside
week
that
longer.
womb.
We don't have to get into
We don't have
that.
to do that. But
Next.
yeah, tell you something off record later, and then you have to subscribe to our Patreon to hear. So guess what happened?
Ooh,
It was your birthday party at our favorite place, Snug Harbor, in the Queen City.
Yeah.
We had so much fun. I definitely did an Irish dip.
You did.
I
All
did.
of a sudden,
I-
you were gone.
I
But it's okay. I'm glad you
missed
showed.
the-
I'm glad you showed up,
Oh,
and
I
you
would- I
bought
wouldn't
me a
miss it for the
shot. And
world.
I'm
yeah. I wouldn't miss it.
Thank
for
you
the
so
world.
much for coming.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I enjoyed it. I just bumped. I've been going there for 20 years, and I bumped into someone.
Did you? I didn't have. I don't think I've shown you the pictures from that night.
I saw the Instagram post where
Yes.
you like merged and meshed.
Oh, I collaged.
You paper mache.
I collaged, but on the webs.
So I didn't have to work.
This picture of you, me, and Will.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. Your boys are making faces.
Oh my gosh! And then there's
I like Will. I told you he
Izzy
drew us.
got me this one when I was. You gave me.
Oh, I did. Holy smoky!
I'm 21.
You're 21. You can do that. Yeah,
can do
That's
that.
the only time I don't really do it. It's just having a couple
Drunk-
drinks and being out and
well,
about.
when I'm in Rome.
Oh, when you're going to Paris, France.
When
for
I'm going to Paris, France, aka actually Rome.
Rome.
I will be smoking European cigarettes.
definitely.
And I want to collect the boxes because they have fun pictures of like dying lungs and hearts.
Have you seen Mexican cigarettes?
No.
They have pictures of like unborn babies and like
Oh.
it's bad. It's bad. Like
Yeah,
it's on the
no.
side. You're like,
They
oh
just-
god, that's
yeah.
going to prevent me from smoking. And
Yeah.
then you drink, and it's like, look at this.
No, because they have like, but in Europe they have like pictures of like black lungs and like what it does to your lungs.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty gene. But
and-
everybody smokes in Paris. I mean,
oh, in Europe.
Europe. Yeah, I mean,
Europe.
it's watching film like Peaky Blinders.
Oh, I love
He's-
I fucking love that
He
show.
is. It's so. Oh, the movie. They're filming the movie now. They're filming the movie. So
Oh, I
you're
can't
caught
wait.
up. You got everything.
Oh, I've
Oh,
watched the whole show twice.
The last episode
I've watched
was
it
brilliant.
twice.
So the beautiful Irish Cillian Murphy, he doesn't smoke cigarettes. He makes love to them. How he
No,
smokes
he genuinely does.
just truly makes me want to buy a pack of non-filtered Pall Malls and go at it. You having a technical difficulty?
I just am trying to get the wire.
Okay,
out.
yeah, out of your-
Like, because like
you
it
can't
was
see you.
blocking the view of your face, and I
Aw.
was like, this.
You
It
have
was
to
like
see my
cutting
face.
right across your face.
Aw.
It was weird talking to you like that.
I bet.
No, now it's like in a confessional.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like I'm confessing to the priest.
That's what I would be doing the whole time. It's like, who's in there?
I
What'd
would
you do?
see like I would want to talk like Darth Vader through the thing. Be like,
Luke, I'm not your father.
that's the confession.
So yeah, look, I'm not your father, and it's like, damn it, Dad,
You lied to
you
me.
lied to me. So yes, diving deep, we have the Haunted Charlotte Supernatural Stories from the Queen City. That is a local book. I got the new Rue Morgue with our lovely Lily Rose Depp.
Oh
She is playing the beautiful Helen Hutter, who is the female protagonist in Nosferatu by Robert Eggers. I actually got the new History of Occult, the Uncovering of the Arcane Knowledge and Enigmatic Occultists book. I love magazines. I love them so much, and when they're
I
like,
have a little collection myself.
I love them. I love them
love a
because
good
they're going to be
magazine.
obsolete.
They will be,
They
but
will
like
be.
I love a good magazine.
I love a great magazine.
Cause like a lot of my degree is page design and composition.
All right.
And layouts like this. Like I basically do make a magazine, but with my architecture projects.
That's so cool.
And that's
so
how I
cool.
sell myself.
Okay.
In my work. And so I have a collection of little horror magazines.
I love that.
I have horror movies. I have some of Marvel. Like I have a bunch from when Stan Lee passed. I have a
Nice.
bunch of magazines that came out from him.
Nice.
My dad gets me a new horror magazine every year, at least like one or two a year.
Christmas.
For Christmas, I'll get some in my stocking.
Okay. That one I had to get because it's diving in deep to a book that I'm reading now, and it's all about Aleister Crowley,
Oh my god.
the occultist.
I love it. I have I also have a bunch of architecture ones.
I bet.
A
Yeah, I
bunch of
like the
those.
oversized. That
Yes.
it's like God. Am I going to spend $30 on a magazine? And I'm like, well, what it does is it just gives me like extra added things that I can add to the podcast, and it's something that I don't know anything about this. I've never even heard of this guy, and now got this. So with the witches, I got that last year, and it just talks about all the history of Europe and all the history of Massachusetts. Because we are doing the witch, I brought that out and was like digging through it again. But this is something that I'm excited for. So there is a gentleman named Craig Davidson. He created this book that is kind of like our local bookstore does this monthly book club, but you don't have to be in the book club, and we don't meet and share our ideas on the story. It's just, hey, look, we're going to pop off this local artist, and then we're going
I
to
was
sell
looking at
his
that.
book for $5 if you buy like a cup of coffee from our little situation. And I think it's cool that local coffee shops are surging. There's actually 3 right here that I thought
yeah.
COVID would have just erased, but people love their
I
coffee.
love a local coffee shop,
But yes, this Craig Davidson,
but I love a local bookstore.
the
love a
local bookstore too.
coffee
We used to have a
shop.
place called the Little Professor in South Park, and right when you walked in, it wasn't that Abercrombie and Fitch like fake spray that they spray right when you walk in to make everything smell like hot young men.
Yeah. Liam, the Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah,
model.
yeah. But they do have this like fragrance that like literally sprays every like 12 seconds that makes the whole store smell like you want to spend some money in here. But you walk in, it smells like an old bookstore, smells like books, smells like paper, smells like pages. And then when you walk up to the fiction, the stairs creak because it's all wooded floor, and it's no longer here. But we do have a local bookstore called Park Road Books, and that is where I got this book. So Saturday Night Ghost Club. It is following a kid, Jake Baker. He's growing up in the 80s in Niagara Falls, a seedy but magical, slightly haunted place. His uncle Calvin, a kind but eccentric enthusiast of occult artifacts and conspiracy theories. He spends the summer with Jake. He spends the summer with Jake turning 12. He befriends a pair of siblings new to the town, and Calvin initiates them to all join the Saturday Night Ghost Club. The Saturday Night Ghost Club. But as the summer goes on, what begins as a seemingly lighthearted project will uncover mysteries darker than any of its members, young or grown, have imagined. And that is out now in all of your bookstores, and it is Penguin and Random House. So there's that. And lastly,
Killer Clowns
on
from
PlayStation 5 and Xbox X, we have
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The game.
Ilphonic and Skybound Games has created a masterpiece. Lotus loves it. It's got a little bit of Plants vs. Zombies meets Dead by Daylight, which we got to shout out Dead by Daylight. They're in our pod every single week. We talk about it at least for a minute.
At least once an episode.
At least once an episode, because we're not talking about Dobby anymore.
I stop. I stop.
But this game, you can play as the clowns, plan your own alien invasion, and harvest humans as the iconic killer clowns, or gather a team of survivors to escape the extraterrestrial threat in Crescent Cove. It's so much fun. The weapons are brilliant, and because I pre-ordered it, I got the DLC, which you get Hot Diggity Dog clown skin, 2 human shower cosmetics, and Slim Clown character. And also, it comes with stickers and a postero. And Lotus said, this is the most frightening thing I've ever seen. The gameplay is unique, the gameplay is awesome, and it's super cool. So that is out now on all next-gen scenarios. So, we got to talk Fangoria. Why I was a little bit late to your birthday party Sunday night. The Fangoria 2024 Chainsaw Awards came out, and I'm just going to go over who won. I made my own list. I got 88% of them right. But the best part is what won Best Picture. I was sideways when I found out because it was a picture that Lotus and I was able to see in 4D. But as far as supporting role, Alyssa Sutherland, she won an Evil Dead Rise. The first feature, Skinamarink, won Kyle Edward Ball. The best nonfiction, of course, is Joe Bob Briggs. His show's really electric. He does a monthly, and it's really cool. The best documentary was The Legacy Texas Chainsaw by Philip Escott. SFX Creature FX goes to The Evil Dead Rise. Best Makeup, Evil Dead Rise, Luke Pulte. And getting into the nitty-gritty. Have you heard of Throb Zombie? Throb Zombie. It is a drag king.
I have not.
I followed immediately. I had the pleasure of meeting a few that have been on Dragula, the Lay Brothers, and they all came to Snug and did like a drag king show. It was really cool.
Oh, awesome.
And the drag king winner from
King
was Landon Cider. Landon Cider. Landon Cider.
That
Perfect beast.
is
Perfect.
freaking
So good.
fantastic.
So good. But Throb Zombie did the best costume presentation, and Poor Things won. Like, everyone was like, why is Poor Things in this? Poor Things was great. It was brilliant. It was a great film.
But,
It just wasn't like specifically horror, but
yeah,
Poor Things was great. Did you get to see that?
I did not.
That you know of
I've
it?
seen clips.
Okay,
yeah.
So I was going to watch it with Lotus, and then I watched the first 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, there's lots of nip slips, and can't do
There's
that.
a little too much explicit.
It's a little too much. So, inaugural best video game, we've talked about this game, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That game sealed the deal because you're not just one killer chasing 5 kids around, you're the whole family. So you can be one of 4 characters to chase 4 to 5 characters around, just like in Dead by Daylight. Ding, 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 ding. And as far as cinematography, Poor Things won, Robbie Ryan. The score, Naoko Sato won for Godzilla -1. The best series, The Last of Us. As far as editorial eye vision, that's a new thing. Neil Druckmann won for The Last of Us. And as far as editorial eye vision, Dwayne Perkins. Editorial eye music. Editorial eye something. Dusty Gannon. And in screenplay, we got Late Night with the Devil, Colin and Cameron Cairns. So, Colin and Cameron Carnes for Late Night with the Devil. That movie sealed the deal. That was a beautiful film. International, one of my favorite movies this past year is Demian Rugna. His film, When Evil Lurks, is 100. It's one of the best movies I've seen. It's a local Argentinian farm. There's a breakout, the livestock, and they try to seal the the disease that's spreading like wildfire, and they had one chance to do it, and they didn't do it. They tried, but then it failed, and then now everyone is getting this really sick disease. It shows a guy laying in bed. He's probably 1,000 pounds, and it's all water weight bloat.
Ooh.
And he's trying to tell them, kill me, but they
He's like,
can't
"Please,
do it. They
just
can't
let
do
me
it.
go."
Yeah, so they have to drive him out to the next town over, and when they finally get to their destination, he's not in the back. So this town is... this town's fucked. This town has evil umbrellaing the entire situation.
Effed
But
in the beard.
I knew that one would win international because it was just perfect. As far as limited best release, I saw the TV Glow. That's A24. It's a beautiful film. Beautiful
A24
film.
is so good.
So good. The best streaming premiere, VHS 85, David Bruckner and Mike Nelson and Gigi Guerrera. The best kill, and I do have to agree with this, the best kill was the yoga scene in A Violent Nature. In A Violent Nature surprised me because I dove in with my guard down, and it whooped my ass. It whooped. Not a wolf, a woof. It whooped my ass. In A Violent Nature is so good because of the... ASMR is really diving into film. I noticed it with... I was able to see Smile 2. There was a lot of that. I was able to see Apartment A2, which there was a lot of that. And I'll get back to that in a minute. But this one was a lot of the...
use of the whispering.
Yeah, the
and,
whispering
like,
or just walking... The killer in A Violent Nature, he's walking around with this sick, like, helmet that reminds me of something from, like, the late 1800s scuba gear, but it's more like cave gear to be able to breathe in caves or caverns. And when he walked, you hear the leaves rustling, and then you hear it's just peaceful, but the kills are so brutal. And the yoga scene... Never seen anything like that before. And as far as lead performance, our boy David Dashmukin from Late Night with the Devil, he was the host. So it was weird having him, and everything was pre-recorded, so it wasn't like a live audience. And David D, he's a sicko. He's the one that does the interviews in the coffins. So it's called Dead Awakenings. I'll edit that out. But as far as director, Evil Dead Rise 1 with Lee Crown. Skeet Ulrich got a VIP because for Scream. And then the best wide release film, which blew my mind, was Godzilla -1. This film we saw in 4D.
Was it?
It was... Well, I don't see why it didn't get international release because it got wide release, but I guess they wanted to give big ups to When Evil Lurks. But being that it's Japanese, you follow a suicide bomber in post Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
So, what would that be? I'm showing my ignorance.
World War
He
II?
has World War II. He has to fulfill, that is his job. His family, his friends, his province, his community, his teammates, the army, the Air Force, whatever. If he doesn't fulfill the suicide mission, he is worse than the shit on the bottom of your shoe. I don't think I've ever used that. Is that a euphemism?
I guess.
Something like that. I've never used that though. I don't know. English. But
English language.
we saw this because
But yeah, they would just basically, he would just not be a person to them anymore.
you're not like in it. So this fighter pilot has one job, and he lands on an island to basically say he's having engine trouble, and they lose the war, and the Emperor basically has to give up.
Yeah.
So Godzilla, when he arrives at this island, they're like, okay, we'll deal with your slack ass later. We've got other problems to worry about.
Yeah.
We saw it in 4D. We got splashed. The smells, the wind, everything. It was the first film that Lotus did see subtitled, so it was in all Japanese. And she's like, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. And I was like, it's watching it here, it would, because your mind wanders. But when your seat's moving and everything else, it was really just a brilliant film. I cried at the end of it, which it's easy for me to do. I cried at Geico commercials when the little gecko's like, "Oh, your car insurance," and then he's like, "Let me tell you this funny story about a baseball player," and then the Jets go over. I'm like, "You just had one chance," and they're like, "They really like me." And they're like, "No, we don't like you.
And you're just like, sobbing.
You're a green screen." But yeah, Godzilla -1. That's Kazaki Kishida, and I learned a really good saying. I'm not going to tattoo this on my face, but I might tattoo it on my butt. George A. Romero has the greatest line ever in horror. He did Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And
A lot of
other ones, a lot of zombies, the Zombie God. They said at the end of the text, at the end of the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, David Dashmukin says, "When do you celebrate horror?" Always. And that's what we got from our AI guy. He's like, don't ever stop being spooky. Don't ever stop spreading the spook. Don't ever stop spreading the joy of horror. And he said, always stay scared. And I'm like, hell yeah. So that's how we end the world of horror.
Perfect ending. Perfect ending.
World of horror. The Regal has an A24 season all October long, and they've been playing. All of the great like top 10 A24 horrors, and we've got tickets for Hereditary next Tuesday. They played Dream Scenario last week. They played I See the TV Glow last Thursday, and this Thursday tonight they were supposed to play The Witch, but I think in IMAX for the first time, and that's the theater that I saw The Witch at. So it would have been really cool for all of us to go, but I know work and school for Lotus. But they switched it to last night, so it would have been easy for us to go. But I was out of the salon at 7:00, and it stunk because I was like, "Oh, why did they switch it to tonight?" So because they only do Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it is what it is. I've seen the movie probably 18 times, and it would have been cool to see it with Lotus and you in IMAX. But there we go. So we're back with The Witch, and I'm gonna try really hard not to not have fun with this. So we went dark as Thomason tumbled to the ground on the horse. Now the fun part begins. The twins, mother and father, are on... This is my favorite chunk of the movie, too. The twins, mother and father, are outside the farm. Thomason and Caleb are nowhere to be found. Mom is in tears. Dad is frantic. Dad's losing it. He's losing every thread. And the twins are just little devils.
Yeah.
Again, my favorites. So you hear the twins hollering, Thomason, Caleb! Thomason! Caleb! Thomason! Mother, Thomason! Father, Caleb! Thomason! Caleb! They're screaming their names, losing their minds, thinking they were gone. They've lost 2 more kids to whatever is inhabiting this heavily wooded forest, the wood, as they call it. As mother and father are entering the wood, at dusk we see huge corn stalks the size of oak tree trunks. Mother, Caleb! Father, Thomason! Oh, well, that's not him. Thomason! Caleb! Caleb, now in our view with the huge fucking rifle. He's breathing heavy and pacing in a circle. Caleb, Thomason! Attempting to whistle. He can't get a whistle out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Caleb, Fowler! More heavy breathing. Oh God, oh God, Caleb says, oh God, me Lord, I now begin. Oh, help me, I'll leave my sin, for I repentant now shall be. From evil I will turn to thee. Now ever, none ever shall destroy my faith, nor do I mind what Satan saith. O God, my Lord, I now begin. O help me, and I'll leave my sin, for I repentant now shall be. From evil now I turn to thee. None ever shall destroy my faith, nor do I mind what Satan saith. O God, my Lord, I know. Then all of a sudden you hear, just at that moment, Fowler now howls in horror as if his trachea is being pulled out. Dog screaming. Caleb now full view and running towards the horror. He approaches. We now see Fowler the dog, still breathing, but disemboweled. The horror is crazy terrifying. Caleb is terrified, still heavily breathing and panting. It pans back to T, lying semi-unconscious. She slowly comes to, peers around, and then hears Father, Caleb! Now Thomason is running through the wood, not knowing where she is running to. It seems back towards their home, maybe concussed, very confused. We pan back to Caleb, and he is afraid and breathing heavily. Caleb! In the background, you hear Father. Caleb is now running deeper into the wood. Now deep within the thicket, into the thick of it, 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 into the thick of it. Oh, do you know that song?
Yes.
I love that song. The Backyardigans.
The Backyardigans was
are
one of my favorite shows.
Coming to
growing up.
town. They're coming to town. I got front row box seats.
Really?
You can't have front row box seats. It would be called the pit. Could you imagine being in the pit with our crew just swinging elbows and arms and like, guys, you can't do that in here. It's like, we paid $800 for these fucking tickets. We're swinging our elbows. Into the thick of it. 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 Rolling through the rush. That's what the dog sounded like. Yeah, I love that. Even before it was a thing, I loved that. Now, deep within the thicket, Caleb is trying to mastermind his way through this heavily wooded area. With gun in arm, he is stressfully mazing himself through the thicket, almost as if he was in the electric box, like in The Conjuring 2,
Yeah.
where Janet is it Janet? The little girl?
Yes.
Janet. She's where she's all up in the guts.
Yes.
Yeah. So I said in arm
tangled
with
up in
gun.
there.
He's all tangled, stressing, trying to stressfully struggling through the thick. And then I said, into the thick of it, into the thick of it. Ominous music now rises and plays on and on, up and under, over and out. The pretzelness that he is in the thicket is just mesmerizingly horrific. And then I put into the thick of it. And a final bearing of clearing in the brush, he, Caleb, glances up and sees bum bum bum, the brown rabbit. As the brown rabbit hops and sniffs and hops and sniffs, Caleb reaches down to grab his big-ass fucking gun. Hard cut. We now see Thomason running towards home, as we predicted, runs right into Father. Father, Caleb. Thomason, Father. Father, Thomason. Caleb. Thomason goes, Father. Thomason. They run towards each other. It's a breathtaking moment. As they connect with a huge hug, Father cries out, oh, 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 oh. Oh, my girl, my girl. A 180 camera spin has a bullet focus on Thomason as she looks up to Father as if she's seen the devil herself. She's still concussed, still confused. Where is
Very
thy brother?
concussed.
Very, very concussed.
Very
You can see it in her eyes.
Yeah.
It's like the Queen's Gambit. Just, you can see it in her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Where's thy brother? Hard cut. Now we are full frame Caleb as he approaches towards us with a gloom-filled face. Ominous music plays. We turn to his POV. We now see, I got the chills, a smoking chimneyed triangular hut deep, deep in the wood. Luring this helpless, hopeless, dark-riddled young man to its lair. What will soon be a major fuck-all in what makes this film my top 5. I ripped my page.
No.
Yeah, I did. At 1 hour and 32. No, excuse me. Yeah, something like that. Out from the hut of what we all know is the old hag, a scene for the A24 ages, a left foot pops out of the doorframe and slowly in Caleb's POV, a 10,000% perfect beauty is arriving at his awkwardness. Only peering at his sister through the whole film, he now has a 20-something young beauty in the forest. He has lost his brother. He has lost his mind, and he's about to lose his virginity. I said virginity because it's cold as fuck outside. A beautiful. I don't know why I'm obsessed with Mama. Because of how they filmed it. Because like I said, she was underwater. She's the Norwegian model. They filmed her underwater.
Oh, yeah,
and that's how she was portrayed. So a little trick photography. This beautiful, long-haired brunette gathers her flirtatious self appearing in a red and black cladded cloak, Red Riding Hood-like, and immediately hoists her right side of her cloak, exposing her leg to Caleb, and now she's outside of her witch house. You know Witch House? The music scene? It's like Sidewalks and Skeletons, Salem, Brothel, Barnacle Boy. I love Witch House. So I did a Witch House. It's like just spooky, eerie. I did a Witch House project. It's on Spotify. It's called Batshit. And there's 6 songs.
Okay.
And each song is a 6. So it's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And I got some pop. I got some praise. They're like, yeah, well, you could open up for us when we play in your town. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. So Batshit, and the I is exclamation point. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Good shit.
I was watching last night and I Instagrammed you. I tagged you in something, and it's the part that we're about to get to where it just shows Thomason milking the white goat, and then I put one of my songs on there. So take your time. We'll wait. 3:11.
Oh. Oh, I see. Yes, I see.
And what does it say? Don't say it. I'll edit it out.
Black Philippe says you're wicked.
And I put Bella. Black Philippe says you're a witch.
Oh my god.
And now she's outside of her witch house, and we love Witch House. She is exposed and in the zone. Walking slowly towards us, she has our most incredible attention and pouty lips and all. We are Caleb. She has our soul. Hard cut now on Caleb. He lurks at this beautiful soul as if he's paralyzed. And then as he breathes heavy with tears, ominous music playing with female vibrato, chorus, score, choir. This Sarah Stevens, who is the actress portraying the old hag from Lancashire, England. She's a model. She's gorgeous. And she's approaching Caleb. As he walks over, summoned by a spell, Caleb approaches this Sarah Stevens, hocus pocus light. She lifts her left arm and grabs his cheek and motherly comforts him. She kisses Caleb as a right hand grabs his skull in violence, and you see her right hand is old bones. 13 seconds of black silence. We open interior, fade from black into a pumpkin shaded interior. Thomason, she is heavily breathing and looking at her mother. Mother says, "What's the matter with thee, Thomason? What's the matter with thee?" Father, "I'll set off at first light. I'll not return until we found him." "'Twould be better to go to the village to raise help. I cannot." "It's a day's ride. and I have no horse. There's no time to be lost. Mother, likely you should have left this morn. You have no gun, William. Nay, not even a dog. Be not a fool. I am a fool to go. There is none will help this family. Mother, to prevent father from riding off, is pulling at his coat as he's trying to put it on. Let me be. The moon is bright, the rain bothers me not. Oops. Let me be. The moon is bright, the rain bothers me not. I'll be back in a 2-day, if any a man will return with me. The twins, don't go, father, please don't go, father, please don't go, father. Mom, enough. The twins are hugging father tightly as mother approaches tea. Tell us why you went into the wood. Thomason, I promised. Mother, I cannot. Thomason shakes her head no, looking up at Mom. Let me find favor in your eyes. Mother says, child, tell me and I will. Thomason, Mother says, speak. Father interrupts. I took thine's father cup. T looks at father like, you saved me. I sold it. Forgive me, Kate. Forgive me, Thomason. Mother turns towards father. What is this? Catherine, I must have a confession. I yestermorn took Caleb to the wood. Exterior, mother and father are walking out of the house, walking out into heavy, heavy rain. 'Twas for food and pelt, for money, good money. Mother, I knew it, you were false. I knew it. I meant it as a surprise, that's why I kept secret. I will trap that wolf, Kate. You stood bewildered, our son lied to me. 'Twas for thy sake, I love thee, Kate. You took him to the wood. I will find him. You've broken God's covenant. You're a liar, and you've lost another child. I will go now. You cannot escape the wood. I will find him. And kill thyself too? Will Jonas be the man of the house? Will you damn all your family to death? Father grabs mother by the wrist. Catherine, let go of me. And she smacks the fuck out of him. It's a closed fist palm, so that's more like a...
It's almost a punch.
It's a punch. It's right in the damn schnoz.
The schnozzle.
The schnozzle.
The schnozzle.
The schnozzle. You got him in the schnozzle. Wham! As she realizes what she's done, she puts her hands into her face. Father looks over, sees the kids watching. That's the worst part. Now mother semi-faints into father's arms and cries. Interior now, the twins are cuddling Mum. Thomason is getting father ready for the wood and dressing his bitch slap. Mother smacks her head. Mother shakes her. Mother shakes. Thomason is getting father ready for the wood and dressing his wounded nose. Mother shakes her head, still bitter. Picking apples. Thomason, Mother, the goat's been bedded down yet? Well, Thomason says, Mother, the goat's been bedded down yet? Nay. I'll tend to it. Let it wait till morrow. They dare not escape with this rain. Nay, I'll do it to please you, Mother. Come hither, child. Thomason kneels down by Mother. Mother touches her cheek and a kiss on the forehead. Hoppy back. Hurry back. T goes to the bed of goats. Exterior, we see Thomason is in a barn with a goat, petting a white goat by lantern light. She is humming a beautiful hymn, rustling. She's startled. She looks in our direction. The goat walks away from T, and with more rustling comes some fade-in, ominous music. Thomason stands with lantern and sees Caleb outside, leaning on the fence post, half naked with just his underclothing on, barely keeping his upright position as if in a drunken state. Caleb! She grabs him as he falls to the ground. He lies on her lap in the mud, breathing heavily. Thomason screams, Father! Like Chewbacca. Thomason screams, Father! Caleb! Caleb! Interior-wise, in a room with candlelight, Caleb is bedridden. Mum is at his side. She lights another candle as Thomason brings hot water to the side. They now are attempting to care for him in bed, wrapping some wounds on his chest. He has a few like little bite wounds or little scratch marks on his face. Thomason places a bowl beside his right eye as Mother cuts a 1-inch slit with a knife to drain blood from his head. I researched that, and I think it was just something that they did to relieve the
like
scenario. Pressure. Mother prays, "Oh, merciful
like
Father." What's that?
I still don't like it.
I don't like it. And it's a damn good bowl. Mother starts to pray, "Oh, merciful Father, both Lord and giver of light." Camera pans to Thomason. "Thy soul, Jesus Christ, we beseech thee, look down from heaven upon him with the eyes of grace and compassion. Pity thy wounded servant." Shows Dad looking on with this look. This look, I said, was model-like. So he's standing in front of the stairwell or the staircase going up, and they're in this room where his second-born is in a coma, and he's just standing there with this cool-ass outfit, and he looks broken, torn, pissed. He knows he has a 2-day walk, not ride, to the town to kind of beg for forgiveness, to give food, to get money, to give food, to sell the shit crops that he has, and someone has to come and save his son. So he's just broken. The exterior of the rain fallen. Father is chopping wood violently. Like, this is how he's getting his aggression out. The ominous music roars. There's a hard cut to a goat's face. This is my favorite. We have a side profile of my favorite Massey. And she goes, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." "What ails Caleb Blackphillip? What ails him? Did tea make him sick in the woods? Was it Thomason to make him sick in the wood?" Thomason looks at Mercy. "What say you?" His name. Jonas. Jonas says, "Blackphillip saith you are wicked." He saith. Blackphillip saith you're wicked." Mercy. "Ah, he told me to." Thomason. "Damn you, Blackphillip." Mum. "Nope." Mercy. "He says you put the devil in Caleb. That's why he's sick." Now she's milking the white goat. Thomason. "I'd never hurt Caleb, nor Sam, nor thee." "You beat me," Mercy says. "'Twas a jest. You said you'd eat of me," says Mercy. "Mercy." Mercy. Mercy. Fuck. Mercy. "Mother and Father will find out." This little girl, she's just a fucking beast. What? Jonas. Only reason I can remember his name is Jonas Brothers. Jonas says, "That you are a witch."
Which one?
The tall one. It's the purdy one.
The purdy one?
Goats bleat. The twins. Thomason! She milks the goats. Thomason milks the goats. All of a sudden, it squirts blood. Thomason looks defeated, and the squirt is blood. Squirt. Is it squirt?
The squirt.
Is it squooshed? It's a squish. They squished it. Squished and blood comes out.
The squirt is blood.
The squirt is blood. Thomason hurriedly kicks the bucket over to spill blood on the hay, and now she's standing and she's looking at the blood as, in horror, the goat's milk's dried up. We can't eat. We can't drink. We're fucked. In a look of horror,
We're gonna die.
yeah, in a look of horror, it shows Mercy to the left, Jonas to the right, and a crooked-headed Blackphillip staring on, Black Philippe's like the size of a Volkswagen Bug. Not Ted Bundy's. Not Ted Bundy's.
It's a big freaking goat.
Big goat. Big old black goat. Interior now, Caleb with his wounded face. Mother whispers prayers. Father enters. Mother is by a sleeping, comatose Caleb. As she prays, crying, look up to Father. Mother says, "Dost remember John Kemp's son, that first winter? He was tormented by an Indian magic." "'Tis not the same." "This is her natural province." "I know not that." "Look at thy son, Will." "What?" "Think." "Think what?" Now Father is standing defeated, like I said, like a model. He just got this glare. It's hard to explain, but it's just almost as if you've been chopping wood for like eight hours
Yeah.
with your bare hands. With your bare feet.
Them blue collar hands.
White collar hands. Oh, wait a minute. Red collar hands.
Oh.
Red colored fingers.
Oh.
Mother says, "Think." Father, "I have no thoughts." "Does this not look like witchcraft?" "What witch who does this, then who?" "Thy thought."
Yo.
"What witch?" Mother, "Does this not look like witchcraft?" Fuck it. Daddy, mama.
Witchcraft.
Humphreys. "Think." "I have no thoughts." "Does this not look like witchcraft?" "What witch who
Her
does this
sister
then
was a
who?"
witch.
Sister, your butt is a witch.
Her sister was a witch.
Her sister was a witch and she sells okra. "Thy thoughts are as a child."
He was selling okra.
He was selling okra out of his damn blue jeans.
He wasn't selling fried chicken. He was selling okra. Shout out Brittany Broski.
Oh, look at the lady.
Can I hold him?
Yeah, just do the pillow because you don't want to get salmonella fingers. You touch his lips and then you put your fingers in your mouth. You're gonna get dib. I'm kidding. He'll tear your shirt up too.
Okay.
He's a little guy. His name is Kiku. His name's Kiku to God. "Does this look like witchcraft?" "What witch who does this then who? Thy thoughts are as a child." Father starts grabbing gear from a box. "What are you doing?" "Rummaging through." "Back to the plantation in the morning. Find a good family for Thomason. Take Caleb to the doctors. He'll tell if this be some natural ill or not. Yet we cannot return as beggars. I'll scour the field. There must be some fruit yet untouched by this rot. I beseech thee, Catherine, what canst you do for him presently?" "How might we all bear it to the village with no horse?" "Well, the little corn and the goat should fetch a fair price. Well, we'll be back in Caleb and sell. We'll be back with Caleb and sell them. Return with the horse for the twins and tea." "You cannot leave them here." "Thomason and thee?" "Oh, forget the crop, Will." "What? What dost thou want, Catherine? Tell me, and I will give it to thee." As Mother cries, she says, "I want to be home." "Thou shalt be home tomorrow by candle time."
By
In
candle
Eng-
time.
"In England," she
love
says.
that.
Father's rocked. Now, everything he's done to bring his family to the new world, it's over. This is it.
He's failed.
He's failed. He
He did not complete the
denounced
American
the church.
dream.
He did not. He did not. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes did. Woo! Ric Flair did.
Look at him like that.
He's a little guy. He likes your shirt.
You like it?
Mother's sobbing.
Are you gonna attack me?
He's gonna bite your fucking face off, and then you're gonna have no face. It's gonna be no face Connie.
I'm a sue.
You know, no face Connie. I don't have no money. You get a hearse.
He won't stop staring.
Oh yeah,
at
he'll
me.
do that. If you turn the pillow this way, he'll just keep it on. It's crazy, right?
Why?
He's a fixated. You're a beautiful lady.
Am I pretty? I swear I'm nice. You want to get high?
Blowing smoke. That's what I love. In one of my songs,
We gonna get high.
we gonna get high. One of my songs, I say, blowing smoke in horse's face to make us all invisible. And that's what they do at Peaky Blinders. He blows, the very first episode, he blows the dust in a horse's face. And now everyone in, I think it's Yorkshire, England, they think that this is the horse that's going to win it, but they have it fixed. That's how they got their money. They fixed races.
They gave the horse cocaine.
They gave the horse booga sugar.
Okay, but
Booga
serious-
sugar. Yeah, he's good. Mother sobbing. Oh, will I also have... will I also have a confession to make? I never meant to be a shrew to thee. I have become as Job's wife, I know it. But since as she's crying, fighting back what she's about to reveal, my heart has turned to stone. I dreamed once, 'twas when I was Thomason's years, that I was with Christ upon earth. Oh, I was so very near him, and in many tears for the assurance of the pardon of my sins, and I was so ravaged by his love towards me, I thought it far exceeding the affection of the kindest husband. Father Pierre's on listening, kind of like, this is
What?
perverse. You're a witch. This is perverse.
She was a witch.
And since Samuel disappeared, I have such a sad weakness of faith. I cannot shake it. I cannot see Christ. Help as near. I pray, but I cannot. I feel I cannot ever feel like the measure of love again. Father's betrothed. Yeah, I did it. I fucking did it. I've been talking like that. I go to Harris Teeter and I'm like, betroth thee. And they're like, this is a cash only situation. I said, betroth thee. I'm using my
Sabrina?
damn debit.
Sabrina Carpenter has a song, line in one of her songs that says, "Why aren't you uponeth me?"
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Uponeth.
Uponeth. I can betroth being uponeth you, but I cannot ever feel the same measure of love like I have for the Lord.
For the Lord.
For the Lord Jesus Christ.
For my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Father's betrothed, almost with the look of the devil in his eyes. He's horrified. He's horrifying to look at. Thou shalt have of it in heaven. What is it?
I said indeed.
Indeed,
He is
indeed, a demon.
horrifying.
Indeed. Thou shalt have it in heaven. Thou shalt have of it in heaven. He looks down,
Hallowed
looks
be
away,
thy
and
name.
says, I'll be in a field. Damn.
Hackalung.
And I just did. I'll be in field if you can spare a while, do. We'll leave at dawn, I promise thee that. Jonas, Mercy, come hither. The twins run through Thomason out of the barn, and they run through Thomason out of the barn, and to Mercy, Thomas, yeah, they do. Thomason, yeah, we out. I'm going to eat of you. You said you was going to eat of me.
You said you was going to eat me.
As Mercy passes through Thomason at a roaring speed out of the barn, Thomason grabs her and says, "Speak not a word." Father's now fetching corn, chopping up corn stalks, crops with Jonas. Mother shucks corn. Thomason is as well, and Mercy sits on a stool back to us. Fuck. Mother shucks corn. Thomason is as well, and Mercy sits on a stool. Her back is to us, and she's singing. Black Philippe is a merry, merry king. He rules the land with the mirth. Thomason, I cannot abide your songs. Mercy. Mom says, please you, Mercy. Mercy continues, Black Philippe has a mighty, mighty sting. He'll knock thee to the earth, sing, bye, bye, bye. King Philippe the Black sing, bye, 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 bye. I fucking love that shit. God, I love that shit. I do that. Harris Teeter too. I'm like, they're like, this is a credit card only machine. I was like, I only have cash. She's like, this is a credit. I'm like, bye, 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 bye. I get to use
Instead of
my
barking at
card.
people.
Yeah.
Bah.
Bye, bye, bye. Peace thou thing. Thomason says, peace thou thing. Mercy, Thomason. Mercy's louder now. Sing. Bye, bye, King Philippe the Black, he'll knock thee on thy back. Thomason, oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Then you hear Caleb scream.
That was good.
When you hear that scream, she's singing about Black Philippe. She's a creative cookie. And when she's singing about Black Philippe knocking you on your back, basically saying, Black Philippe, he's a big-ass goat, and he whispers to me, your sister's a witch. That shit's fucking horrible. You see this movie, and you say, I was not scared, I was bored. You have no imagination. I said that to someone. Yep. I did. So like, it wasn't scary at all. We weren't scared at all. I was like, God didn't bless you with an imagination then, because this movie scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Scared the fuck out of me. But that is part 3. We're definitely getting
boom.
closer. There's about 30 minutes left, and
Yeah.
we're definitely closer.
I think last episode for this movie.
Yep, last episode for this movie. So this is the 11th episode, guys. We will be recording the 12th episode, ending The Witch. And then I have
13th.
13th. We're hopefully going to be recording on Halloween.
What's our next movie?
I have one, but I don't know.
What? Say it.
Sisters or Hereditary?
Either.
Neither.
I said
Oh,
either.
they said neither. I'm like, Muppets Take Manhattan? We should.
Yes, we can do the Muppets. Take
because we get to
Manhattan.
scratch another one off next
Yes.
time,
Yes.
which is exciting.
Yes.
You choose. Because my tattoo guy wants to do Hereditary.
I was gonna say.
So we can have 3.
Hereditary.
I'm going to get another boom.
And he can. Yes. and
We
he
should
can-
have Kitty over on Halloween.
Yes.
And she can like, or we can do like.
Hereditary can be one where we have like a guest each episode or something.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
So we can have your tattoo artist
Yes,
because he
let's do
wants to
that.
be on for Hereditary.
that.
Let's ask him which part he wants to
All
be.
right. All right. Because we'll split
And
it up in
then
4.
we can try to get some guests on.
I think that would be great.
We can do one with like Kitty and Nick, and then maybe try to get like Eleanor and someone.
Yep, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. I would have Griffith on. I call him Griffith. He hates it. But he did pop me with a wet towel, and it hurt like fucking hell. I don't have an iron deficiency, but I had like the shape of Africa bruise from that little pop. But I'm like, Griffith. And he's like, my name is Griffin. And I was like, oh, no, I'm on the phone. But yeah, that would be great. But I do believe we are about to dump ourselves into Creepy Connie's Corner. Creepy Connie. Creepy Connie Corner. What you got?
So, it's kind of like a synopsis of a horror movie that my friend chose because she doesn't like horror movies. So whenever she says that we can watch one, I let her choose. Right?
Right.
Because I'm like, I'm going to choose something that I don't think is super scary, but you're going to think is terrifying. So,
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. So we're like watching Twitches, like Teen Witches.
Oh,
And,
wow,
like,
wow, wow,
yeah,
wow, wow.
No. We watched
Twinkies.
a movie.
Twinks. 16, 17, 18 punch. They like a man, but wanna go.
We watched a movie. Shit, what was it called? Oh, Nightmare Alley. It had.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was good.
Nightmare
That was good.
Alley.
That was like that noir film.
Yes, it came out in 2021.
Oh, it was so good.
It was on Hulu, and it had Bradley Cooper in it,
Yep.
and Rooney Mara,
Rooney Mara. Yep.
Mara,
Yep.
and
She's-
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett. Yeah, that was so good. That
It was so
good.
good.
So good.
But there's 2 conditions for her to watch a horror movie.
Got to be drunk.
No,
Oh.
she's got to be high,
Oh God.
but she's got to be giggly high. Because
Okay.
then she.
What is that? Sativa.
It could be
What is
either.
it?
It just
What is it?
depends
What's
on
the
how it
one?
hits.
The couch. Indica. Indica's in the couch. Sativa is-
Indica's the one that's gonna make you slump down.
Slump
and
God.
Literally
Yeah,
slump.
where's Kiki? Okay.
Oh, right here. But
But
we were high, and then I was lost for a hot minute.
it's a great film.
But the fact that he ends up at the end as the geek, which is like the one that's in the cage and does all the horrendous stuff in
Yep.
the pit, and he's like, "Oh, I was built for this."
Yes.
Like that was terrifying.
Horrifying. That was a film that
And the fact that it just started with him like killing somebody, putting it under the house, and then burning you forget about that
Yep,
shit
yep.
halfway through the movie, and then you're like, "Oh,
bring that shit back together. I think that was Guillermo Toro. Guillermo del Toro. I think that was his film.
Guillermo."
Yeah, Guillermo del
Toro?
Toro. Yeah, I think that was his film.
Yes, it is. He
It
is the director.
It is. Yes.
But yeah,
So good.
and
Just I love that pulp fiction like it was almost like a comic book black and white, just
I
mysterious.
also love like the circus. Like it's creepy. It is creepy, and in a good way.
Yes, it is.
But it's creepy, and they did that very well.
Very well.
And they did it in a way that wasn't too dramatized. It
Yes.
was still kind of.
It was there.
It was there.
It was there. This is the movie that I want to watch with you. Todd Browning's Freaks. That is top 10. Todd Browning directed a film. I do believe it was
Dracula, 1931.
and it was such a success that he was to direct The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he chose not to. He chose to travel the Canadian French Circuit Carnival. So he found anyone and everyone in that picture framed there are true carnival carnies. So there's
That's
the human
awesome.
torso. He has no arms, no legs. He's just like a swaddled baby. So he's a torso and a head. And his only line is, I can roll cigarettes with my face. And he does. He rolls cigarettes with his lips. It's pretty cool. The little munchkin guy who's in the Lollipop Guild.
I don't think we can say Munchkin.
Well, he's a munchkin from Oz, from Wizard of Oz. He's actually one of the He's one of the. I don't think we can. I'll be reprimanded over this. Canceled. Now it's Creepy Connie and AI.
Little person.
So it was a little person from the Wizard of Oz who played the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Kids. So he's the one that says, "We welcome you to Munchkin Land," and hands her thing. That actor is actually the protagonist in this film. He is the kind of circus leader, the maestro, and his sister. They're of German descent, but his sister, his real sister in real life, portrays his wife.
Oh.
And she's not jealous, but she's such a cutie pie that I won't tell you anything about it, but I want to watch this film with you. So whenever we have time.
Wait. So his sister is playing his wife?
His real sister in real life
Is
portraying his
acting.
wife, yes.
They
He
don't
calls
have
her
any kissing
Fraulein.
scenes
There's
or
no kissing
anything.
scene.
Okay,
But
good,
he's like,
'cause I was about to say,
Fraulein.
this is about to get real
Really weird. Well, it was banned in like 68 countries.
Why?
They never showed it on television.
Why? Why was it banned?
Just because it's everyone gave permission to be a part of it, but it's a great story that he wrote about the carnival and people that are
True.
money hungry. Yes.
Yeah, like it
And
was more documentary like.
very much so, but there is the substance. It is, and it's broken film too, so you get the like really kind of lighting issues, and then there's like chop.
It's more
chop
like
cuts.
kind of like found film type
exactly,
stuff.
exactly. It's got.
I love found
it's-
film
it's so good,
movies,
it's so
by the
good, it's
way.
so good.
Like
yeah, I hear
found-
VHS 85 is probably the best out there.
Oh, yeah.
But the Todd Browning's Freaks is one that I want to do, but I want to watch it with you and watching it with you is going to be tough because when I watch like The Witch, it takes me an hour to get through like 20 minutes
Yeah.
because I'm trying to get all the dialogue down. And that wasn't my purpose when we started this.
Yeah.
I've had fun with it. It's like
If you, have fun with it, then have
That's
fun
it.
with it. That's the whole point of
That's
this.
the whole
is
point. That's the whole
for
point.
both of us to have fun with this.
Yes.
And that's why I have Creepy Connie's Corner, where I talk about anything and everything, that I want to talk about. That's spooky, horror, true crime, whatever.
Whatever. That's your corner. That's your corner.
My
And
corner.
Nightmare Alley is fantastic. Nightmare Alley is fantastic.
But I just didn't know if we may like further on the line if that comes on the
Yeah.
list, maybe.
Yeah.
But
We'll
it
get-
was
we'll
just
get to it.
I just wanted to pop it in there.
Yeah, well,
it was
to
really
think
good.
if we do our 100 favorite horror movies, that's 400 plus episodes. And I was thinking of doing like I want to have Alana on before she moves. Of doing like sideshows, like to have it. That's a carnival theme because Revival's a carnival theme, Cirque du Wow's a carnival theme, and to have Revival a horror podcast sideshows, it would be just having one person on, and it's like a 30-minute situation. It's like, hey, did you see this film? Did you see this show? Tell me your ghost story from your hometown, or tell me the spooky thing that happened.
Yeah, like
to you.
what's your favorite movie? Like what's your favorite horror movie?
What's your favorite horror movie?
Yeah, we should all brainstorm a list of questions that we can do for the sideshow.
Oh, we can sideshow. We can sideshow with. We'll have Kitty on. We have to have Kitty on. All right. So I have one for you. I have a fantastic ghost story for you. I've reconnected with an old friend that I used to do. She used to model for me. She's from Costa Rica. Her name's Arlie. What's up, Arlie? What's up, Gil? I love these guys. This picture perfect couple. Gorgeous, gorgeous people. Her sister, she has a little girl, and her little girl was always afraid of me getting her hair cut. But the one time I want to say bat. What was it? Oh, was it I had a bat or something spooky. Like, I had my grills in. I had my vampire, like, diamonds.
Ooh, okay.
So I had my grills in my fronts, and I would smile, and then she just opened up. She was, like, 2 maybe, but she was always afraid. You know, just dressed in black, wearing an apron or whatever. But she said her first words in front of me.
Oh, wow.
Her name's Abby.
Aw.
And she said her first words. Guess what her first words were?
What?
Tetas. That was, and they're like, did she just say, she's like, tetas. And I'm like, she just said her first words. She just said her first words to me.
That's so funny.
So it was like a
She was like,
triple
I
C
need
cup
them. I
then.
need
It
them.
was before my top surgery. So I have a story for you. Triple C cup, those are batteries.
It's the silence. It's the silence.
It's the silence.
I know to
All
just
I
go
ever
silent
wanted.
when I'm just like, ugh.
Just trying to figure you out. Or you're asleep. I couldn't tell. It's high as fuck. Just Deb. So Arlie came in for a haircut. She always lets me do dramatic things. We actually did this small 2 haircut. And she had hair down to here, and now it's just like kind of pushed back. She's a cutie pooge, and her husband Gil is a very handsome bloke. I love these 2. And she told me a story. She listened to the podcast. She listened to the podcast. She loves
Awesome.
it. She loves it. And we were chatting, and I said, we got number 1 in the nation for our ghost stories from Good Pods. This is the 2nd month, and I think it's back a month, so it's August and September. And to wait till they get a load of 3 episodes deep before our Halloween thing, because I'm the 9th one's almost out. So Arlie has a beautiful family. Her abuela is perfect. I've watched abuela put back 6 Heinekens before I could even finish one.
Love.
And she's awesome. And Doak, you have to hear this. He's right here. Creepy Connie's been playing with him. I was like, whatever you do, put your fingers on his butt and put your fingers in your mouth and you get salmonella poison. And that's what it's all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. So, check this out. Abuela can't sleep. So she gets up at 2 in the morning, goes and sits in the living room in this brand new house that they just purchased. She goes into the living room and sits, and she's looking at her phone. A kid, a little boy, in like Caleb had his white underloins, his undercloth, and a one-piece kind of like dress, runs across the threshold in front of her. It's 2 a.m. in
Yeah.
the middle of the woods in Maiden, North Carolina,
Yeah.
right outside of Denver, right outside of Lincolnton.
Yeah.
Abuela shakes it off. The little boy runs again to get her attention. Now she's seen it. Now there are children, but they're all preteen, teen, older.
Yeah, there's no
little
children.
6-year-old boy in the house, but everyone is asleep. Her heart starts to race, and then she feels a hand on her shoulder, and she turns, and it's a little boy. And she closes her eyes. She closes her eyes, and she starts praying. She closes her eyes, and now the little boy is in front of her, blowing on her chin.
Holy
Could
shit.
you fucking imagine? She says in Spanish, "Go away. Go away. I do not want to be bothered. Go away." And as she opens her eyes, she felt the breath on her chin, which is fucking... I've never heard anything like that. I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
Like to see it run across the thing and then across the thing, and then she closes her eyes and then feels a hand on a thing, and she turns around and he's in front of her. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Literally,
so she tells
fuck
it to
you.
go away, and what it does is it never was a bad scenario. I think he just wanted attention. He's eyeballing her, walking backwards until he dissipates. And she said, not to fucking day. So they then got a priest. There was only one priest who actually worked with Gil as a retired police officer. That's Arlie's husband. And he actually worked with the priest brother or something. They knew each other. He was
There
the
was
only
a
one
connection.
that would come and bless the house. They blessed the house. They've seen nothing else. The priest actually came through the house and said there was no spirit. There was no spirit. So what happened was a family built this house right before something and ended up not wanting to live in the house because of how far away it was to the city.
Okay.
So they built the house and it's been on the market for so long. Arlie actually saw a room in a house back in the day that she said, that's my dream bedroom, or that's my dream kitchen, or that's my dream whatever. So 6 years later, post-COVID, financial fall eclipse, whatever you call it, or the market gets to where you should sell your house. Now, they buy this house, and when they're going through it, the room is in the house. So the house that she was looking at 6 years ago before, they wanted way too much money for it. It's literally the house she was looking at.
That's crazy.
So to think that kind of coincidence alongside Abuela getting up in the middle of the night because she can't sleep, sitting on the sofa looking at her phone, and this little kid runs by. I love all this shit. I get probably 40 to 45% of the people that I talk to, they're like, me, don't tell me anymore. I don't do ghosts. I don't do this. You shouldn't fuck with that shit. You shouldn't fuck with that. You shouldn't open things. And I'm like, look, I know how to open. I know how to close. I've been doing this for a very long time. I know the questions to ask. I know the questions to not ask. I know the areas, like when I'm explaining things in the salon, I don't say the questions because I could open something up. I don't have to have a tool to read energy or hear voices because I hear voices all the time. So
He's crazy.
he's a nut. And when she told me this story, I was like,
Yeah, no.
chill. The best part,
No,
Gil,
I
it's
I had
wild.
actual chills.
Oh, chills,
and,
chills. I got it. I was like, that's one of the best I've ever heard. But the best part is, again, shout out to Arlie and Gil. Arlie and Gil. Gil has been on the force. He's a badass. He's Muay Thai. He's a brute. Don't fuck with Gil. He's a muscle man. Mm. And he doesn't like hearing about ghost stories. So when I was talking about some ghost stories that I had, and when she was talking about the house, he turned his radio up. He turned his music up. He was like, no. He's like, I don't do that. I don't do that. So to think, you don't have to be the strongest man on earth to not be afraid of ghosts. And you don't have to be the sheltered little bookworm to believe in ghosts. Like, I just love the fact that we're in spooky season. I'm driving
a hearse.
I'm driving creepy Connie around the hood in a Cadillac hearse, and her mind and mouth were agape the whole time.
I just
It
couldn't
was so
believe
cool.
that this was actually
It was
happening.
so- when I
was
pulled
like,
up-
what the hell is going on right now?
When I pulled up, the face you made just sealed the deal. Like, because I questioned it. When I drove it off the property, I was like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And I know I did it. I have a little anxiety because it's big. I can't park like I used to park. I can't park in the garage. I just know if it doesn't say I can't park here, I can park there. And if someone says, hey, move it, I'll move it. So that's the only little side situation that,
Have you been asked to move it yet?
not yet.
Oh,
No, but if I am asked, I like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. Yes, yep. Guess what, guys? We love you.
What?
We're on all the social medias. Patreon coming soon.
How you
I
do
promise.
that, though?
Zip, rip, zip. It's all the LSD that I did back in the day.
Oh, swag.
Yeah, and then that's when I go, I will. So yeah, we are.
Is that why
on,
you're like this?
Someone said, "Are you off your drugs yet?" I'm like, no.
No.
Don't be mean to me.
I need them
Don't be
drugs.
mean. Don't need be mean. So yeah, we are Revival of Horror Podcast. We have merch.
We do
Hit
have
us
merch.
up. We have merch. We have merch. Revival of Horror Podcast t-shirts that glow in the dark. We've got decals coming. We will put and post everything as soon as we
I
get
want a
it.
sticker.
I want stickers.
I want stickers.
We're gonna get stickers to
I
put
want
stickers everywhere.
stickers.
And this is Creepy Connie.
And this is King Jeremy the Wicked.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Revival, a horror podcast. Sorry. Jeremy the Wicked and Creepy Connie. Goodbye.